I would have traded the number 2 pick in the draft for Kelsey Plum too. Let me just get that out of the way. I think the Sparks made the right move acquiring Plum from the Aces. Look, fans are often tantalized by potential, which makes sense. And nothing speaks to potential more than the draft. And perhaps with the second pick, Olivia Miles from Notre Dame would be available. And Olivia Miles is a terrific guard prospect, especially as a lead guard passer, that kind of thing. However, she does have another year of college eligibility, and we haven't seen her at the WNBA level. I feel like people forget what Kelsey Plum has already done and already proven. She was a number 1 pick in the draft herself back in the day when she was the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball history, of course, before Caitlin Clark broke that record. She's a first-team all-WNBA player in the past, a 3-time All-Star, a 2-time champion. There's a lot to like about Kelsey Plum, who's not exactly like over the hill. She's still in her prime. You could argue she benefited from the attention that some of her Aces teammates drew, but I could easily argue the other way, which is that she'll be more productive with a bigger role in the offense because she scores efficiently, she shoots efficiently, and she looked good with Asia Wilson off the floor. Not to mention the business prospects here. Kelsey Plum's one of the more recognizable faces in the league. So I think from both a business and basketball perspective, it makes sense for the Sparks to pair Plum with the young core that they already have in place. So I like the trade for Los Angeles. There's no question. I mean, you could go back and forth about it, and I know people are upset about or think they're stupid for what they did there. But you have to give in order to get. And there have been a lot of instances, of high WNBA draft picks not panning out at all, being cut from their team, various things like that. I mean, look, we've had the discussion about Melissa Smith and the Fever, and she was a high draft pick. So, I mean, it doesn't always work like that. I mean, Smith was the number 2 pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. And I don't mean to pick on her, but just an example that popped up in my head. And, people are a little spoiled, I think, by what Clark did as a rookie, which is not normal. Generally, players who come into the league struggle, and it takes them a while to get acclimated to the league. Hell, it was the case for Kelsey Plum. But I really don't see that much of a downside here, considering Plum has indicated that she wants to stay in Los Angeles long term. If you believe the reports that we've already seen what she can do. She can be the face of that franchise. You put her with Cameron Brink, you put her with Ray Burrell and Rakia Jackson, obviously, De'Erica Hamby. I don't see the Sparks as a team that's not in the playoffs or certainly competing for playoff positioning. I think better than that. And I think this is a chance for Kelsey Plum to have a fresh start and remind people who she is. Remind people that she is one of the biggest stars in the league and one of the better players in the league, certainly one of the better guards in the league. Because you can say what you want for potential, but a lot of times it's better to go with proven over potential. And Kelsey Plum is proven. And she's, I guess, perhaps going to have a chip on her shoulder to prove to everybody again who she is.